Hi, Tony Selza here. Welcome to The Line. We've got an expert on the show again talking about how this healthcare information really solution is addressing accountable care. Accountable care is one of the largest revolutions, Obamacare, one of the largest revolutions to hit this country over the last 50 years. And Bill's company is on the cutting edge, dare I say, the bleeding edge of helping the providers really navigate this storm, really navigate and understand where their cheese is going to get buttered or where their bread's going to get buttered, better analogy, in the next decade. So, Bill, tell us what you've seen over the last 2 years and how really the providers are responding to this whole change.
Yeah, thanks, Tony. Again, quick Obamacare or the Affordable Care Act actually was passed in 2010, so it's been a while. It went into full swing 11 and 12. So really that's when the major healthcare institutions started implementing electronic medical records or electronic health records, EMRs, EHRs. And because a number of mandates along the way, December 14 was a big one to hit different standards. And what we've seen is over the last couple of years, the majority of the large healthcare systems certainly, and really the vast majority overall, have implemented those. So now what we've experienced is a transition from implementation types of efforts to more optimization. And that's in two areas largely. Number one, technically, these are incredibly complex, robust systems and applications that span everything from admit in a hospital through discharge and pharmacy and ED, as well as, maternity, all sorts of every possible functional area in the hospital. And we've seen optimization technically trying to make sure, their systems are configured for the individual hospitals, as well as workflow, basically, reducing the number of clicks for a doc to be able to leverage the system. So a real transition in really the last 6 to 12 months to more optimization efforts, again, both functionally and technically. And that's what we're seeing, as well as a couple other big trends. They've been collecting all this data now on everybody. So big data is huge, integrating that and into the healthcare and trying to make better decisions. Better population management is another area that they talk about with that. So, so new emerging areas.
So big data and this population management initiative, that's something we've been hearing a lot about too. How close are we to actually using data to make better healthcare decisions as an individual?
Okay, so the Affordable Care Act wasn't just a singular thing. It was a number of milestones, 1 through 7, and 3 is really using the data. So now they're collecting all of that, and it is happening in real time today. And I think as they collect more and more data over the next several years, they'll do nothing but get better. And everything from maybe we're about the same age, right? So they'll look at two different maybe I go in downtown Indianapolis for an issue, you're out on vacation wherever you're hanging out, and you have the same issue, and they say, hey man, we followed this protocol care, whatever, it was a heart thing, right? So they gave me an aspirin within 20 minutes, they gave you an aspirin within 5 minutes, and they're like, okay, they're very similar guys, what's the better result? How are we improving outcomes based on not only protocols but meds, and you throw in genome types of stuff. It's incredible. It absolutely is the fastest, most complex part of our economy. So when I talk about big data, it's being able to again leverage what they have, and it's doing nothing but growing. So that proliferates through the organization in so many ways, and it's all about giving that to the clinician at the point of care.
So one of the other buzzwords I'd love to hear you comment on before we let you off the show, Bill, is this drive for patient engagement to get the individual more engaged in their own health and understanding what the data points of their health are. I mean, is that something you're seeing too? Is that something that you're helping your clients with and move down that path?
Yeah, very much so. And, the proliferation of technology in that is, again, far-reaching. It's everything from all the software vendors, Epic, Cerner, have portals, patient portals, so you can log in and see what's happening with your specific situation, whether it's a one-time event, daughter broke her arm, or whether it's a disease management thing through your life cycle, be able to see that. The ability for telehealth to come into play,
right.
iPads, like what we're doing today, having a physician or a PA be able to diagnose or get second opinions on a diagnosis. All of that is incredibly powerful and accelerating the pace of change. So very topical in today's world.
So really the whole ecosystem, from big data and how you're managing it, how you're getting the patient engaged, how the provider is actually providing value, that's really what you guys are helping on the technology side. All those things, pulling it together, making it work like an ecosystem, that's what you've stuck your stake in the ground. How's it working out for you?
It's great, all that change in the hard drivers to do that. You can't do it internally. You got to be collaborative in the market. You got to leverage firms like MMY to understand best practices, what other organizations are doing, why invent the wheel, right? So for us personally, it's been just an incredible ride, and feel very fortunate to have some of the best clinicians and technologists on our team to be able to continue providing this service and level of care we have. So
awesome.
Very fortunate, good for us.
Volatility creates unique opportunity. Thanks so much for being on the show.
Thanks, Tone. Take care.